want to convince us of the idea before we see the nitty-gritty ugly underside of it, which is kind of what I'm... I think, you think...
always in the details.
And you think an idealistic, this is the way it should be. I look at it and say, you set it up like that, it's too easy to break. But
he's just giving the general idea. Right, the general idea. And I think we're agreeing on that, in fact.
I believe I've been in agreement that...
On the whole general idea, which is what he's talking about. And exactly. So he's giving he's giving a very general idea and giving specifics that he doesn't necessarily have to say. He's giving specifics, but he doesn't actually mean that we actually have to follow those specifics.
I've given you more than one group of specifics, though. So I say the what is, the who is thing, okay? That was one option.
Those are examples.
That was one entry. You can remake the search industry a lot of different ways by fixing a lot of different little things.
And you're not even suggesting that we do it that way. You're just suggesting that as an idea, right?
Exactly. That's one possible way.
So essentially, I think we're agreeing. It's just we're just not understanding.
Yeah. Well, I think he's always going to go. I think he's always going to disagree that this isn't something we should invest in as a population. And in my opinion, the only way it's going to get done is it has to be invested in by something big. If the federal government built a search engine, tomorrow morning everybody would know about it. It wouldn't have to market itself. It wouldn't have to spend any money on any of that kind of garbage. Tomorrow everyone would know about it.
But you're talking about continual funding, and I think we were also thinking about an internet, a government-sponsored ISP around the country, which would be very expensive. This is kind of different.
The idea of search a wiki, something, but it would have the government's. The thing I say the government brings to it is the fact that it isn't something started in my porch where I start off indexed 600 on Google. You know what I'm saying? If the government does it, if the government finances it, it's in the newspaper tomorrow. It's the #1 result on Google tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It automatically
things I don't like about it. I like the idea of a correct indexer, not search engine. I apologize for using that incorrect term for what you're talking about. I would rather see it start on your porch than start from the federal government.
What happens?
Federally, he's saying federally financed, not necessarily governments.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can set up, like I said before, you set up a body of people whose mission is to do this.
A non-profit organization,
getting paid
separate from the
and
government,
they're being paid from the government,
a salary,
government funded.
A salary.
Well, all right. Let's take a good example of it. I think sort of something that is sort of similar.
Sort of similar.
Yeah, kind of like
funding and control are
BBC.
The people that send you your money have some degree of control, no matter what label you put on it.
All right, but look at BBC. I think that's probably a perfect example of kind of what he's saying. And we might be able to get into technical details on how the BBC is not really completely independent. But essentially, that was the objective: is that it's a federally funded TV station,
but now it's been bastardized though. Because now it's just like our commercial television. It's subsidized by the government. It's only subsidized now because now it is self-financing, and they've turned the same marketing corner we turned. But the original BBC was like, it did work. I mean, I don't know if that's the way you do TV, but I'm saying I would do that in parallel. Like I say, PBS exists in this world. PBS isn't even a good example.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Television. In my opinion,
that's what I'm saying.
That's not the model.
Does the government control that, or is that a separate nonprofit entity?
Regardless, it is in the business. It is in a content business, and I'm not for anything in the content business. Okay,
an index would be something of a content of its own. Isn't it?
Yeah, but they're not making money. They're not attempting to make money off.
Neither is PBS.
No, and they're not trying to promote anything. PBS has a mission. PBS has a mission.
Yeah.
We get real. Okay, it's either going to be liberal or it's going to be conservative or it's going to go shifting back and forth all these directions. What I'm saying,
you've just struck my point right on the head.
But I use this key term, scientific approach. Okay, you have to have these disciplined people like librarians. Like I say, as much as they're government employees and all these other things, and blah, 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 blah. There isn't this horror of them running amok in libraries, hiding books and burning books and doing all this other stuff. I mean, certainly some of them go too far, but generally speaking, they have a devotion to the whole idea of literacy and knowledge and providing it to people. That's their mission. They feel good when they give somebody a book. They don't care what's in the book.
Right.
And I'm just saying, if we can find enough people like that, whose only mission is to find out what you want a book. I'm going to grab the book for you and bring you the book, and I'm going to make you happy because I gave you the book you wanted, and that's the only mission.
Let me bring up a little. And again, I'm not agreeing with your whole premise, but let me just bring up another counterpoint. You're saying you create your index and it's on the front page of Google, it's the #1 hit every day. Why does Google have any power?
Because everybody has to use something. You have to use some mechanism to navigate the internet.
So you're saying
Google does it faster than anybody else.
Okay, but they've got the information, and you essentially said if you're not on Google, you're not on the internet, right?
Because I have nowhere else to go. You're not on Yahoo. You're not on somebody.
With this government thing, with this government index, if you're not on that, you wouldn't be on the internet, right?
Sure,
Google would quickly pale by comparison to this index. Because it would be fair and it would be popular, and people would flock to it.
In some respects.
Yeah, probably.
In some respects.
Okay, then do the people that control that index then have power?
No, because they're still going to get paid $100,000.
But they do.
They have power, but they're going to get paid $100,000 no matter what happens.
But think about who's going
to... They're like judges or something.
There has to be...
No, but there has to be...
If you control who gets seen on the internet...
Not if it's all open source. We make the rule that it's open source.